All right, Maximus Analysis here for April 21st, 2015. We see that we had some intraday weakness going on for the ES. We'll kind of use a 15-minute, and you can see that it pretty much came in, gave you the buy signal, and then faded to the close. Again, that is evident on the daily time frame. Again, you don't have to be the first out the foxhole, and that's why I was saying that we needed to see, I prefer to see something like this, and that's not what we had today. We'd want to close above there. Looking at key levels regarding intraday, we had, which I was posting on Twitter pretty much all day, was that 93.50 was a key level. Right now, if it breaks down, we're going to see a little bit of pause around that 2084 level. And that's a key level that needs to hold. We'll see what happens overnight. Again, we're in the era of buy programs and basket programs and all that stuff. So again, we don't know what they'll do overnight. But we didn't, which might be a good thing, is that we didn't see a correlation within the bonds. So this means that maybe they continue to go to the upside. But again, caution is definitely needed to be warranted. With the bonds, we definitely would want to see them hold that 129 pivot if you're looking to be bearish. If you're bullish, you want that to hold. Again, let's look at the NQ. NQ pretty much had better price action than the ES, but again, the ES is the big daddy regarding what we need to see regarding price action, and the intraday price action for NQ was horrible from the open. So again, you see this gave you no type of trend per se at all. You could see this is pretty much sideways, and you pretty much stayed there. You had Crude actually broke down. It was very choppy, but again, we have to see if it comes back and gets above here. I see 60 as a big resistance, quite honestly, and it's still bucking up against resistance at this 58.76 resistance level that I have. But again, it's, they could pop it up or down, but you see there's some big volume. But again, the price pattern would need to really show itself, maybe a lower high like we saw right here, that would really flush. So we'll see how that one plays out. We have the YM, last but not least, that we see gave the same type of feel that we don't want. Again, it gave a shooting star. A lot of Japanese candlestick guys are definitely going to recognize that one, and we'll see what happens from there. Netflix gave up $7, but after such a run, this is nothing to be bearish about at all. Google is still holding a sell signal from here, but again, you probably are risk-free, hopefully. So we'll see how that, or you got stopped out risk-free. We'll see how that one plays out. Again, it would have to follow more to the downside, but again, you have some resistance here. And I actually have a turn date of today, so we have to see if it breaks below or above this time period. But you can see it's coming up against resistance at this I would say this 544 level. So 544.13 is actually where I have some price resistance. So we'll see how that one plays itself out. You have a big name, Apple, which basically did something that most don't like, is that it looked like it kind of gapped up and then faded down, but it's still in a very tight range. But again, the volume is dying down, and if it breaks above here, all bets are off to the downside. But again, we want this to happen, and currently we're just still in a very tight volatile range. It is bucking up against some key resistance that I have, which is 128.14. Above that, it sees 133.60, and we want it to hold 122.67 if you're for the bull side. So again, this is still price action. You just have to kind of just wait it out. GoPro continuing to just look, and also one thing to look at is look at the Dow names. Again, I don't know if they're selling into this or not, but half were up and half were down. Okay, and that's something that you should definitely be aware of. And the stuff that was down $4. McDonald's down 130, GS down 130 as well. The stuff that was up was, Visa, Home Depot, and nothing was up over $1. So again, that's something to also kind of look and see where they're churning this thing. And that doesn't mean that it's going to break down. We've been saying all along that the underlying trend is up. But you could see, you know, right now we don't have any true direction. And if you're starting to go from bearish to bullish daily, I mean, like Monday you were bullish and today you're bearish, maybe that just means you sit on your hands for a couple of days and let it play itself out versus getting chopped up. All right, take care. We'll see how this one goes. But again, bonds, I would have liked to see more of a kick up in the bonds, but again, we'll see how this one plays out and go from there. Take care.